Hi, I'm Lisa, and welcome to my channel. And the video you're about to watch is a pick a card reading, and not much to explain except there's 4 piles of cards. I'll usually put some stones or something on them. You choose which you would like to, where you find you're the most drawn to for the message you needed to hear. So you choose your pile, and you can choose as many as you want. You choose what you want your reading to be. Try to hold an intention, something you want information on. Maybe looking for clarity on something in your life. And just remember, these cards aren't specific. They are about energies, okay? And energies can be applied in many different ways. So just be open to what that energy is expressing. And if you feel after, I would love if you would just tell me which pile you chose and how that felt for you. So I thank you for watching, and please stay tuned at the end of the video if you want to learn more about me, my cards, and maybe what I'm hoping for this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Well, welcome to a pick a card reading. You can choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. I put little owls. You can find the one that appeals to you the most. And you're welcome to choose one pile. You could choose the whole thing as a reading if you want, if that would help. But pick whatever works for you. And we're going to start with card number 1. And your beautiful owl. I put owl off to the side here. Okay. So, for those of you that chose card number 1, or pile reading 1. So this card represents the energy of the situation that you're looking for advice on. And so the energy that's presenting is, it's an energy of you have an illusion that something is holding you back. You're not allowing yourself to really fully fly because you have fear of this shadow, this thing that you imagine to be holding you back. And then working down into this being the underlying fear and old patterns. And this is showing that I want to say it's a split in how you present yourself. You have the person here that's who you are, and then you have another part that you show to people. And sometimes you show little bits about both, but there's a fear here of allowing yourself to present your authentic nature. And the thing that holds you back in this is really actually not listening to your inner self. Your inner self knows. It knows what this is, why you're doing this. It knows all of this. And so what moves you forward, what's going to move you forward in this is letting go of this old dead thing that just it's not there anymore. It's you're hanging on to some really deep old memory that doesn't allow you to present yourself authentically and fully, and partly because you're not listening. You're not going in, you're not listening. And then the overall of that brings you to here where you are now is you feel held back. You feel like maybe you can't move forward. It might make you feel crazy when you're trying to fly and you can't get off the ground. You know, you're trying to get a project going and it just doesn't move. But this is just an illusion. This is just a shadow of something that doesn't actually exist. So the way you're going to find that is to find out what you're holding on to. That's creating that energy. That's then going to help you to be your authentic self. And then learn to communicate with your inner being. Because if you keep this communication here going, if you keep your ear to the ground and you're always listening to your internal rhythm, you'll never suffer these again. So this is the one to focus. The thing that holds you back is not going into these spaces. The thing that's going to move you forward is to let go of finding this old dead thing. This thing is so beyond decay in your body. It's got to go. You got to find this and let it go. Become your authentic self, and then fly. Well, for those of you that chose that, I wish you all the best in that journey. And now card number 2. This lovely little owl with green eyes. And so for card number, pile 2, deck 2, whatever we want to call this, owl number 2. So your presenting energy is feels somebody who feels very limited. It feels very much like it's almost like somebody has you right where they want you, sort of energy, and you're just allowing it. And what you're doing is you are just bending yourself out of shape to maybe meet that person's needs, to keep yourself in a safe feeling kind of place, maybe. An underlying fear. The underlying fear is you have this old pattern of you're looking through one window, for instance, but you're seeing 2 different images, and so you might be looking at one thing and you always imagine that there's 2. Like, I think it's hard for you to maybe move forward into something because you see it this way, you see it that way. You don't take time to sit and try to just understand both of these directions, and to see if there is one way in between, one way for you. And then what holds you back feels like a very unstable kind of energy. Even though you might be in beautiful surroundings, this feels like you're just lost and floating. And what's going to move you forward is going to be taking off this armor. So let's here. I'll show you this one. And this one. So to get yourself out of this bubble that you've allowed yourself to be held in, you really need to visit whatever this armor is you're carrying. This thing, what's underneath there, it's nice shame. This has a kind of shame feeling. So if there's something that you may be holding shame about, to try to find what that is, take that suit of armor off. Be willing to just stand here in this place of whatever the shame is. And it could be like defeat too. It could be there. I also get in a sense. So for some of you, it might be an issue of shame. For some of you, it might be a space of where a sense of defeat, loss. So you have to go deep into whatever is underneath that armor. You've armored for it. Once you remove the armor, you'll start to move back through here. You'll be able to see clearer the directions. And once you see clearer the directions, you won't feel so unstable. And then you're going to be able to like burst this bubble that's holding you in. It's holding you in this totally uncomfortable position. And this is going to require You know, just like if you broke your arm and had a cast on and you take it off and you haven't been able to move your hand for a month, you have to rework that. These are muscles you're going to have to rework. Whatever you've been holding into this thing so tightly, you're going to have to rework it. So that will help you move forward. That's going to help you get where you need to be in any part of life. So anyway, I wish you well with that. And now for those of you who chose pile number 2 and the little owl with the green eyes and red heart, what energy is showing up for you today? So your underlying energy for your question or issue or situation that you're looking for guidance on is that you feels like you're at a point of having to make a decision, but you don't really have all the information you need to make the decision. And that makes it hard because it's like your inner compass is ready, but there's just not enough information. You just don't have enough information to make that choice. And the old fears, underlying fears, old patterns. The old pattern is keeping yourself locked in here. And in order to move beyond, you have to go in, and you're going to need to stop looking at yourself in a certain way, and you're going to break this open, and you're going to allow that part of you to come out. That part of you has to emerge because it's holding you back. Again, as a choice, you maybe aren't good about making choices and moving you forward. Oh, that's a good one. So choice here. You're leaving this situation. You're coming through, but now you have a choice. Do I have this one? Do I take this one? Do I go that direction? Do I go this direction? Still a choice. So that's the thing that's holding you back. And this may be because of this person is locked up. This person doesn't know how to make the choice. I mean, this is all parts of you. And you have a very important decision to make now. And you can't really see all of it. You just... There's parts missing for you to make the choice. But you can't make the choice until you get over the fears of making the choice, you know? And what's going to move you forward is being willing to take this jump and know that it'll be there. There'll be something to catch you, you know? So you have to be willing to take the jump, because once you take the jump is what's going to really move you forward. It's going to bring you down into finding this thing that's locking you up, that's holding back your decision-making capabilities, and hence it's to where you are now with something presenting it, but you just really, it doesn't feel like you have all the information you need. Or maybe you do. It could be that you do have the information you need, but because this is an old pattern thing that's not allowing you to actually see the information clearly. So you might go back and forth. Well, this could be good for me, and then that could not be good for me. Well, that could be good, but then that's not so good. It's like you've got this back and forth going, and you're not sure which to do because you just don't have good decision-making capabilities. Because honestly, probably because you don't know how. You keep your authentic you locked up. So how would you know how to make a decision for authentic you? You know, so be willing to jump, be willing to bust into that inner core of you. And then this becomes easy. But the reality is, in the world, not that we don't move forward in any new manner if we're not dealing with these old patterns. We have to deal with old patterns to move forward. So, for card 3, I hope that was valuable information in some way. And for those that chose pile 4, I love this little owl. It's so cute. Okay. And you're presenting energy and situation. This feels like you're in deep contemplation right now. You're in a space of maybe something big coming. So the old patterns, underlying fear is this is an old energy. This is an energy that will go back to, for certain, into your early childhood, maybe into the time you were in the womb. Could be father issue, but this definitely is very old, painful energy that you keep very down. You don't. I feel like there's no awareness of this. I feel like there's no awareness of what this is, except for that you know the energy of it. Because what holds you back is a fear of rocking the boat, so to speak. Something just crashing in. That you're just, some wave's going to come in and just wipe out everything. Big emotional wave. And this person here is contemplating. You are in a state of contemplating it. But what holds you back is these fears. Whatever this thing is you're holding here keeps you from being able to just surf all of this and move right through it. And the thing that moves you forward is really going to be accepting help, support. This is a great card of support and soaring. When you have this assistance, this love, this friend, whatever this is, it helps you find this space. You're in the contemplation mode, so that tells me you're maybe at the beginning stages, or maybe you've been doing this for a lifetime and you've been trying to find what this is. The place to look is way back. It's probably a story you don't even know. So I encourage you to ask about your birth story if you can. Maybe you know it. Some of us know it. Some of us have heard it many times. I asked when I started studying birth trauma. So I learned a lot about that and how it set my patterns in life. So this is a story that you may need to ask. So if you might have a family member, or maybe you're aware, even things like being a forceps birth, or being induced, or being in an incubator when you were first born, all of those things impact your energy in the world. So this is telling me that the thing you're contemplating, the energy of your contemplation is telling me you're really deeply wanting change in your life, or you're in a deep space of questioning the whys. Why can't I get out of this pattern? Why can't I find this job I want? The whys. You're in deep contemplation, but your answer is going to be here. Your answer is here. You work that, this becomes not so scary. The emotional waves aren't so scary. You don't feel like the emotional waves are going to drown you. And you're most likely going to get there moving forward with somebody, with these good friends. You may not see, there's 3 eagles here, and 2 of them are encompassing another. Like they're just supporting and helping it fly. So it feels like that's what's going to help you move forward into this. You do need to find somebody to help you find this, and maybe even how to work through it. Okay, well, for those who chose that, I wish you the best. There's nothing better than healing old patterns. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope that was useful. And if you feel so inspired, it would be great if you put in the comment section what pile you chose, and if you want to share a bit about how the reading relates to your life. I really enjoy hearing people's stories, and that helps me know if the readings are relevant. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hi. Thank you if you've gotten this far, you've gotten through the reading, and you decided to stay and learn more, and I appreciate that. So these, as you saw through the reading, these 2 decks, if I can hold them up. Can't tell. Can you see them? Back here, over here. Oh, see, I'm crazy. These are my 2 decks. You just saw them. And as I explained briefly, they are representative of just 30 years of what I call art therapy for myself. So I decided to have them printed in cards because I found I really liked the messages, and it's how I love to work with people, is to help them bring up the things that they need to just blossom. I just want to see people blossom in life. So I've been using these for, I've been doing tarot readings for a long time. But when I work one-on-one with people, I do them in conjunction with human design, astrology, gene keys, numerology. I mean, I will always find someone's life path number and human design and astrological chart, because that tells you more about who you are as a whole. So when I have that information with a reading, it helps really kind of integrate the energies. So I really like that kind of work. So that's in my personal practice what I've been doing for years. And so YouTube is new to me. I don't know where it's going to go and what it's going to be. But I'm stuck in quarantine like most everyone out there right now. And we're all learning to expand a little bit, I think, and go beyond our comfort zones. So here we all are. And I think this is going to be a really, really great journey. And I encourage you, please comment on your stories. I just love hearing stories. So anyway, I wish everyone well. I could talk forever. I could sit with my martini and I could become chatty. But anyway, bye. Just hope to see you soon. I hope to have fun with you all. Thanks for watching.